Thank you very much. It's been said that today's topic is everything as a service. Now, having said that, this topic is basically very important in nowadays at a current scenario where people wants to consume IT in more as a service fashion rather than having a capex model and owning the infrastructure and paying for everything at a data center like power cost and cooling cost and everything like that. So HP came up with the idea, why not to provide a solution which is like as a service option that would reduce the TCO and also reduce the costing for the over provisioning and everything. So throughout this presentation we would see how the model works and what are the benefits of that and how we can extract some value out of that. My name is Noman, and I am a pre-sales specialist for HPE Hybrid IT in Redington Value Distribution. Starting at the presentation, we will be seeing that in every business, wherever we talk about the business in terms of technology, economics, and people. So these are the fundamentals of every business. At the HP's point of view, they say that it is very important and it's the heart of a business that the three pillars should be very much aligned with each other. The three pillars are people, technology, and economics. People means the human resources, because the people are the fundamental background or fundamental pillar which drive the business. Either the people are technical, either the people are financially equipped, either the people are business equipped, salespeople. So the major era or the major diamonds of any business are the human resources. And then it says that the human resources are driven by technology. So the technology is the cutting edge, that whoever has the latest technology, sorry, fast technology, and the technology that can answer many of the questions as per the competitive advantage from the competition, can win the business more. And the best is that if we can have the better economics of the competitive advantage, that means that the cost saving and the cash flow would be optimized and at a very good economics. So combining these things together, we see that we can have a business, better business opportunities coming up in the future. What is the role of IT over here? IT might be thinking of having those new technology onboarded, and they must be thinking about the fast service delivery, how we can deliver our services fast to the customers. Like healthcare might be looking around that how we can reach faster and how we can solve the problems of the customers faster. So for that, they can create some new applications, some mobile applications, so that they can be notified and they can resolve these issues faster. How they can improve the customer experiences, because every business, if either we talk about healthcare, either we talk about the education sector, either we talk about the hotel industry, everybody is more concerned about what customer experiences they are going for. And when we talk about customer experiences, we have to improve the uptime and performance. So how the IT can play their important role in improving the uptime and performance of either the resources, either the applications, either the business performance that they are in. So for this, they can be thinking about the cloud migration, that if there are some of the applications that can be migrated on cloud, how they can accelerate the application and development, that the DevOps team can accelerate their processes. And what would be the new sources of data, like Internet of Things might be a new source of data, like for example IP cameras, CCTV cameras, and some other resources like AI engines and all. So or some of the analytics, if we talk about. So so all those stuff is making a definition of digital economy. In a digital economy, businesses are making a demand of IT. So the role of IT is very much important over here. So after coming of all of these rules and objectives that the industry needs, okay, so what we hear from the customer, what actually from the customer's point of view, what they want to see, they want to see business agility. Means that if the resources can be provisioned faster, and they don't need to wait for the additional infrastructure resources. So I need to move a lot faster from the IT and could be ahead of the business initiatives for once. And instead of faster as well, the addition into the faster is they also want simpler IT. Means that they have the infrastructure that is provisioning faster, but also it is simpler to manage. It also has the lower IT cost, and they must be having a proper control out of it. So how these four fundamental things, four fundamental pillars are incorporated in a solution coming up and providing these values to the customer. We'll see in a later slide. As we see, to meet these needs, which we saw on the previous slide, everything as a service is a good contender. That means that it would provide you pay for only what you're using. That means that your infrastructure is you are getting a cloud like experience, like a public cloud. That whatever you are using, that whatever you are consuming, you are only paying for that. The similar economy is being offered on premises in your data center, in which you only pay for what you use. And we can also provide the scalability like a public cloud, like the elasticity of a public cloud. That means that if the demand grows, so that you can easily increase the infrastructure which is present on your data center. You don't need to wait for more 3 to 4 weeks for that. You can also increase business agility like a public cloud. That means that you have the infrastructure already there in your data center. Like everything has been ready, and so provisioning of those infrastructure is in minutes rather than 2 to 3 months. Then, for what additional we provide that the public cloud is not providing. Public cloud is not providing the choice and flexibility. We provide the choice and flexibility of the infrastructure. That means that that your renowned servers like DL380s, DL360s, or your favorite MSAs, or the business critical storages like 3PAR and Primera. So you know the infrastructure, so you can choose your infrastructure, what infrastructure your application can be sitting on. You can simplify the operations. Okay, that means that unlike public cloud, because public cloud would be having their own interfaces, their own challenges, their own limitations. Here you already know that your data center is up and ready, and all the layers in the data center, you own that layers personally. So if you want to have some of the applications that should restrict internet traffic, that you can do that, which you cannot do on a public cloud. So you can simplify your operations and speed time to market. That means that you reduce your total cost of ownership. You know that your data center is as a service option. Okay, so you spend more time to market, and you spend like your marketing activities are much more improved rather than taking care of managing those infrastructures. Moving forward, the consumption-based IT offers a better approach. When we talk about better approach, what are those approaches? It gives you faster value. That means that your accelerate app and service deployment, as we saw in the previous slide. Fuel innovation, that you can free up your people, your IT staff, to do their best of their work. They can involve themselves in different IT projects, different new projects, different supervision of some other business objectives, or in terms of IT. You are getting cloud economics, that we discussed in the previous section, that there is no upfront cost, there is no upfront capital, and no over provisioning and variable cost, where you see in the public cloud. It's like a public cloud infrastructure. So the same cloud economics you're getting on premises, and because it is on premises, you are getting a proper control out of that. That means that you can manage the performance, latency, risk, and cost. Like everything would be there in your hand. So, if we talk about the same, let us emphasize furthermore that how we can modernize the existing value fund innovation. For example, like we can extract value from existing legacy infrastructure that can help in funding new investment. For example, like that instead of buying a company in infrastructure, if a customer is interested in the as a service option, so he would be just paying a monthly cost. That the remaining capital or the remaining budget can be utilized to initiate some other projects. So in this particular manner, you can have multiple projects rather than having only one IT project. Accelerate transactions with support and protection from the data security and environmental regulatory risks. That is one of the most important factor, that with the support and the protection of the data, you are getting the environmental regulatory risk as well. Now, this is the name of a solution, which is the model of everything as a service, which we call HPE GreenLake. The name GreenLake suggests that it is basically a destination for which is very peaceful, and it is very calm. So this is the how the name suggested. It's an HPE GreenLake, and what actually it provides you, it provides you self service and pay as you go model, and manage for you. That means that it would be having a self service, means that you know your infrastructure, you have the choice of your infrastructure, what infrastructure should be there sitting in your data center. Then you are only paying for what you are consuming. And we can also have an option that if you want to have an option that it can be managed by partner, or it can be managed by directly from HP, we can do that. So it is managed for you. So this is how it is giving you a relaxing feeling, that you are only consuming what you're only paying for what you're consuming, first of all. And it is also managed for you. It is a complete data center that is offered as a service for you. Like we are paying the electricity bill, we are not concerned about what meter has been installed, and you don't take the ownership of that meter, to maintain that meter and to oil that meter, and it should be running, it should be up and running. It's the responsibility of Deva or Seva, whatever, like your local country is. Similarly, you don't need to worry about the servers up and running, and keeping the lights on. So you just focus on your applications and your innovations. This is the concept of the GreenLake. Initially, when the GreenLake started, and it's still been growing up, and we are trying to incorporate many of the workloads as it is coming by 2020, 2023. HP has a goal to come to have everything as a service model. So hence we are increasing the different type of workloads in this particular fashion, in this particular model. Initially, we had storage, compute, virtualization, and we have a private cloud option. We have different backup, high performance computing, databases, SAP HANA, composable infrastructure. Plus, there are like a lot of more, because this presentation is a bit old now, and we have like a lot of other workloads are still coming up, and it is still growing. For example, like Cohesity is included, and there are like lot of other third party products like Nutanix is included for the CI and stuff like that. So this is the basic concept how it works. For example, like customer has a business application. Okay, the business application requires some of the infrastructure resources. Those infrastructure resources, we basically divide those infrastructure resources on two or three parameters. One parameter is known as forecasted capacity. That forecasted capacity is divided into two main areas. One is the reserve capacity or the baseline capacity, and one is the variable capacity. If if your capacity increase in certain circumstances, like the seasonal growth, or you know that it's a peak time for your business, and you might need more infrastructure. Okay. So like public cloud, it also provides an elasticity. And to provide that elasticity, what we do is that we install a local buffer in the infrastructure. For example, like if you talk about the storage, if you know that I might need 20 dB of storage as a day one capacity, and at peak hours and the peak circumstances, my capacity might reach up to 25 TB. Okay, but it's for limited time, and then again my capacity might drop down to 20 dB. Okay, so in this particular scenario, we always have a local buffer installed, so you don't need to worry about that particular period of time that how I may consume those resources. So the beauty is that whenever the capacity is increased, okay, so it can be consumed from the local buffer, and you can pay for that local buffer only when you are using. And then the capacity is decreased again, it is sent back to the local buffer, and you don't need to pay for that. So the thing is that you are only paying if you are consuming, and hence we are approaching that elasticity point, that you have consumed the 25 TB, and then again if the consumption is dropped to 20 TB, you are only paying for the 20 TB. Okay, so how this is how we are reducing the cost of over provisioning. This is why we say that choose the technology what you want. For example, like in this scenario, it is up to you if you want to, if you're familiar with the HP MSA, if you are familiar with HP 3 par or Nimble storage, if you have an experience in the past with them, and already experienced the beauty how these storages work, so you know that at what platform my infrastructure is sitting on. And then we align the services from the business needs. That means that the elasticity point which we discussed, that if the demand increases, so you have the capacity already installed in your data center, and you can use that, and that only pay if you consume that. If you're consuming that particular resources in a specific amount of time or specific time period, only pay on that particular time period, and then again you can pay your normal monthly bill. This would improve the agility, because we always have the capacity ahead of demand. Whatever your demand is, we always keep capacity in your data center which is ahead of your demand. Okay. We also have the right size pay per use solutions as well for the mid market, which is like purpose built workloads. That is like, for example, like a purpose built workload might be SAP HANA workload, or if we have so for example, like backup solutions already been designed, or some media solutions already been designed, like virtualization as a service, database as a service, compute as a service. So these are pre-built solutions already been there. For example, like VDI is one of the favorite use case coming around right now. So we have a purpose-built solutions, like we have different sort of yeah, the solutions with come up with the infrastructure plus the licenses. Either if you want to go on VMware Horizon, either if you want to go on Citrix, like that. Then we also have a solution which is like co-location for quick access capacity. That means that we have we had tied up with Unix over here, and we have like a co-location as a service. That means that if you don't have the location to migrate your DR, and also so we have services to incorporate that as well. Now, if we just understood how the GreenLake is working around, and how the GreenLake is helping to our customers. If, as you saw in the last slide, the concept of the GreenLake, how actually it works, that we have a buffer, we have a variable capacity, and how it helps in getting at elasticity in the data center, and monthly billing and pay as you go option. That what value we are bringing to the customer is that we are providing business agility. If you see that we have the capacity ahead of demand, then we have simplify IT, offloading heavy lifting from the IT task. Like they plus they don't need to worry about the server management, the server firmware upgrades, and then the server patches, the latest firmware, how we can integrate that. So we have teams to do that. So your IT has been relaxed, and not been investing much more time in all these parameters. We have specialized resources. HP has their own experts to do that. Lower IT costs. We have reduced the over provisioning. For example, like if a customer needs 20 TB of storage at day one, and he buys somewhere around like 80 TB of storage, because he know that he can use that storage at a time span of 5 years. So we say that why you are buying 80 TB of storage on day one, because you know that you would gradually reach to that 80 TB mark if you reach that. So we say that you reduce your over provisioning and buy only 20 TB, buy only capacity of day one and gradually increase. And whenever you increase, you only pay for that. In this manner, you have a greater control that you choose your technology, and so that you can control your risk, because you know that at what infrastructure my application is sitting around. Unlike public cloud, you never know what is actually EC2 instance and where it is. So let's see at a graphical picture, a graphical representation. This is a normal consumption of any of the business of the resources. It has never been a stagnant graph or a linear graph. It always been on like a sinusoidal wave that would give you the actual picture of the actual resource consumption. That means that uh, there might be a time where your capacity increases, and there might be a time where your capacity decreases as well, depending on the seasonal requirements. Okay, so this is the compute needed and invoiced. Okay, and how the traditional buying pattern is that we normally used to have a single transaction, and we just wait that when that particular resources are fully consumed, then we'll make another transaction like that. This purple line. But the problem is that there is a huge gap between the green line and the purple line. That means that you are this the more the gap is, the more the over provisioning is. But there is one more challenge as well. There is a point where the green line surpasses the purple line. That means that you have the resources that is basically now the resources have reached to the maximum limit, and you have to make the another transaction very fast. So you don't have the capacity ahead of demand. But in this model, we have something called a local buffer, in which we parallelly size the buffer as your demand increases. For example, like we always have the capacity ahead of demand. So this is the blue line that sees that we should be always ahead of your green line, that is your actual consumption. So in this way, we are providing you savings. Okay, we are providing you savings of over provisioning. So you are just using what you are consuming, and you are only paying for that. And this is the minimum commitment level, or we can say that the minimum baseline capacity, which you know that at least minimum this infrastructure might utilize on at least this minimum level. So in this way, we are providing faster value, simplified IT, cloud economics, and also the proper control. That means that it has been said that by the research authority that by 30% of the capex is been eliminated by the need of over provisioning, and 65% people has shortened their projects and their procurement cycles and everything, because there is a long process of getting it tendered and getting the procurement all done all right. So 65% has been the IT projects has been reduced their deployment time. 44% of less time in spending and keeping the lights on. That means that 44% companies have freed up their IT staff, and they can use those IT resources in having some other business initiatives or some other business innovations. 40% has increased the team productivity by reducing the support load on IT. Again, the same example that 40% of the organization said that they have increased the team productivity. Now their staff can be more productive and focus on some different roles. Not only we are providing you this consumption based model, but also we are free of cost providing you something called HPE consumption analytics portal. This portal has been there is no separate licensing fees or something like that. It is included in the solution that would give you four important points. It would first of all give you a proper visibility, in which you can have your complete resources visible in front of you. Like it would give you a very granular access till the VM level, till the IOPS level, and you can check around that what is my consumption, and it would provide you a detailed dashboards and self-service reporting. Hence, you will have a proper control, and that manages so that it would help you to manage the cost and usage via budget and alerts and customizable insights. So in this particular manner, you can have a proper control out of that. And once you have a visibility and proper control, you can do your capacity planning as well. Ensures that we have a capacity that you need for your workload, because you need, because you know now that what is your workload, and what is the capacity required, what are the resources required to run those workloads. So there is no more guessing game over here. And when you know all these things, so you would be able to create some value and do some optimization. That means that it would deliver you insight, and also so that you can optimize your workload, and so hence you can optimize the cost based on that. So hence you can reduce your cost, and have the most of the value of this consumption analytics portal. So what we have now we have understood that what is the GreenLake solution, and how it works, and how it is creating a value. Now this slide just shows that whatever partners and what we have done up till now, we are basically having the industry leadership and global expertise, financial strength, partner ecosystem. Because see, this consumption analytics and this GreenLake model is not very much easy to provide to a customer. It's not like a capex model where you have a single transaction, and it's gone. It's basically a relationship. It's basically a trust for a complete tenure. That you have to have a vendor. So you need a vendor that is financially capable, that is technically capable, and that has the multi vendor expertise to handle your complete data center. So we have up till now we have like more than like 10 years of experience now. We have done some 3 billions of the customers are still under contract, and there is like we have a 90% of retention rate, because we are providing innovative financing, lifestyle asset management, and everything. And we have a goal that by 2022 or 2023, everything would be offered as a service option by HPE. So as the previous slide says, we have already discussed on what workloads but that we are providing from the GreenLake perspective. So just see this slide one more time, that we are providing different sort of workloads, and mind you that this is increased, and it's further increasing, because there are a lot of development going on in this GreenLake model, and this is the future of the infrastructure, how the infrastructure would be consumed. Currently, we have like many of the workloads, but these are the most common workloads that many of the customers have adopted. For example, like storage, compute, virtualization, and like famous are the backup HPC databases and all. We'll see in the detail how it works. If we talk about the intelligent data platform that aligns with the business needs, we have the complete storage infrastructure to offer as a service model, in which we can provide the HPE 3-power, Nimble, StoreOne, Primera. All these storages are covered with the InfoSight artificial intelligence, and the complete solution is available on a consumption based as a service model. That means that you can consume the storages on a consumption based, whatever it is being used. It is like a per GB cost. So you can have the latest infrastructure, for example, like 3-power, for example, like all flash Primera, and you would be only paying monthly for and in fact you would be only paying for what you are consuming. Like if you're going consuming only 20 GB, so pay for that. If you're only consuming 25 GB, so pay for that, like that. So it is plus we also have something called performance tune, which is like we can provide you ongoing optimization to reduce the latency, optionally operated by you or HPE or the partners, whatever you want. And HPE expertise would also be there to design and to optimize the solution for you. Then we have something called flexible compute capacity as a service. That in compute we have our industry leading blade systems like HPE Synergy, and we have also industry leading servers like DL380s or DL360s. So those can be offered as a service, and plus we can also have the HPE OneView that would give you a programmable way, like it's a template based solution that can be uh, that can be allowed to create a templates for your workload optimization for different applications on a different server. All of these things can be offered as a service, as a consumption based model, and it can be consumed as a service for the customers. Then we provide virtualization currently on a VMware platform. We have like different VMware software solutions on a consumption based offering that can be used on HP Synergy, HP SimpliVity, 3PAR, or also the DL series as well. And we can help you with the right size configuration. Consumption based billing option is also available. Optionally, it can be operated by you, or if you want an expertise of HPE or a partner, we can also incorporate that as well. Consumption based billing, remote monitoring, active capacity management is all included. Then we have if a customer is looking for a dense compute environment like a high performance computing HPC, we have a platform called HPE Apollo clusters. And this particular solution is also available on a consumption based billing. HPC infrastructure software can also be tailored, and integrated system management can also be incorporated. So this is can also be optionally operated by you or by HPE, so that you can free up your IT staff and doing up some other task like that. So this particular solution is also available on a consumption based billing. Mainly, if you see into the picture, mainly it has been used by the healthcare industry. So it is like more deserving solution for nowadays, because people are going, and healthcare is one of the potential areas of business now. So these are for those customers who want some private cloud of sort of experience. So the complete Microsoft Azure stack available as a service, because people are there who are the public cloud users, and plus those people who also want some stack on premises and want the same experience of the public cloud. So this complete HP ProLine Azure stack is available on a consumption based billing as the public cloud, like for example Microsoft Azure, which you are using. So this complete solution is available on a consumption based billing. One more thing over here is that we can provide you a single vendor support. For example, like if you want to raise a support case to HP, so you don't need to worry about two vendors. Either like Microsoft would be handling this problem, or HP would be handling this problem. So the point is that you would be having a single point, a single window of like support case raise, if you want to raise a support case for Microsoft Azure. Then we also have the industry-leading composable infrastructure as a service, and we are the only vendors who are providing this composable infrastructure. So this has been done by having the HPE Synergy, and it has its own HPE Composer, and it has inbuilt HPE OneView, that is like a software which is creating a template and creating the so hence the provisioning of the servers is a bit very easy and automated. So this complete solution is available as a consumption based offering. Like for example, automation, AI ops, and multi-cloud management is there. If you want to integrate it with VMware Cloud Foundation and all, so we have pre-built solutions for that. Everything is available as a service option for you. Then we have also, this is a very hot topic of database as a service. We have like different database solutions available. If you talk about Oracle, if you talk about SQL, so we have different environments. So we can provide the hardware for that. That is HP ProLine servers. That would provide a versatility of handling that database workloads. So all these things are available as a consumption based billing. The more talking about the databases, we have SAP HANA appliances that are specially certified with SAP, and it's some specific certified appliances that is, and we have 50% of the SAP deployments are running on HPE nowadays. So we can provide you the same SAP solution on a cloud economics on a consumption based offering, and this can also be operated by you, or if you want our HP expertise to operate, that can be also done. And complete solution of SAP HANA is included in the consumption based billing and can be offered as a service to you. So this is one of the solution which is known as free up the backup. We can provide you a solution which is based on the HPE 3 par and store ones, virtualized or physical or cloud, whatever backup you want. If you want to create a DR or test and development, that can also be done. We can provide you the complete solution is available pay per use. So this can be either be used by HP expertise, or if you want to operate it and you want to create the backup policies, that can also be done for you. So the summary is that the HP GreenLake has provisioning has a proven value for the customers. We have seen in the previous slide that these numbers, that we have provided faster value, we have provided simplified IT, we have provided cloud economics, and we have also provided proper control. So this is the model in which has been ideal if you get the most of the hybrid cloud. So this is the model which now the companies are focusing on, and now the companies are more interested on, because it would provide you with the cloud like economics that would give you proper control, as well as the business agility and simplification of your complete data center. This is Thank you very much for your time. This is it from my side, and if you have any questions regarding the solution, so I'll just post my email address as well into the Q&A section. So you can definitely drop me an email or ask me any questions you want. I have pasted my email address in the Q&A tab. So feel free to just reach me if you have any queries, if you have any questions. We are here to answer.